On the lonely edge of the sea, where the wind never stops moving and the waves keep striking the shore like an endless heartbeat, there lies an abandoned ship, massive, silent and forgotten. It rests at a coastline like a wounded giant, half buried in time, surrounded by salty air and broken dreams. The ship's body is badly damaged, its metal skin eaten away by rust and years of harsh weather. The paint has faded into ugly patches of grey and brown, and deep scratches cover the surface like scars from old battles. Some parts of the outer frame are bent, some panels have fallen off, and the once proud ship now looks like nothing more than a lifeless wreck. But then one day, a man arrives, an Englishman with curious eyes and a mind full of wild imagination. He walks toward the ship slowly, not with fear, but with excitement. The moment he sees the abandoned vessel, his face lights up like a child discovering treasure. His heart beats faster, not because the ship is beautiful, but because he sees what it can become. To him, this is not a dead ship. It is an opportunity. It is a dream waiting to be rebuilt. He stands at a distance for a moment, letting the sea wind hit his face, and he smiles as if the ship is calling him. He imagines a warm cabin inside. That dream in his mind, he begins his mission. First, he starts inspecting the ship from every direction. He walks around it slowly, carefully studying every corner. He examines the body, the hull, the deck, the railings, the windows, the doors, and every damaged section. He looks at the rust and touches the metal to feel how deep the damage is. He checks where the structure is still strong and where it is weak. He takes his time, looking like a scientist studying a rare discovery. The ship is huge and the work ahead is terrifying, but his passion is stronger than the fear. He notices broken areas near the side panels, holes in some parts of the deck, and pieces of metal that have become thin from corrosion. He also sees that inside the ship, the condition might be even worse. But instead of walking away, he feels even more motivated. He takes a deep breath, steps closer, and climbs inside the ship for the first time. The moment he enters, the smell hits him: stale air, old water damage, dust, mold, and years of neglect. The inside is dark, messy, and filled with broken materials. The floor is dirty, covered in sand, old wires, torn fabric, and scattered junk. Some areas look like they haven't been touched in decades. Old equipment lies rusting in the corners, and the walls are stained with watermarks. The ship feels like a haunted place, lifeless and cold. He begins with the hardest part, cleaning the interior. He starts removing all the trash, piece by piece. He throws away broken furniture, old metal scraps, useless tools, rotten wood, and everything that doesn't belong. He sweeps the floor, clears out dust, and drags heavy junk out of the ship. He opens any windows he can find, allowing sunlight and fresh sea air to enter for the first time in years. The wind flows through the ship like a cleansing spirit, carrying away the smell of decay. He keeps cleaning for hours, sweating, coughing, and working without stopping. His hands get dirty, his clothes become dusty, but he doesn't care. After cleaning, he begins the next stage, repairing the broken interior parts. He carefully examines the walls, floors, and ceiling. He identifies weak areas where the metal has been damaged and where the structure needs reinforcement. He uses tools to remove rusted pieces and replace them with stronger materials. He repairs holes in the walls and strengthens weak joints. He fixes broken frames and replaces damaged sections with new panels. Once the repairs are complete, he moves on to one of the most satisfying steps, painting the interior. He chooses fresh, clean colors that will make the cabin feel bright and welcoming. As he applies the paint, the ship transforms instantly. The ugly stained walls become smooth and beautiful. The dark, dirty interior starts to look fresh and alive. The paint reflects light, making the space feel bigger and cleaner. The man smiles as he watches the transformation. He knows he is turning the impossible into reality. After the paint dries, he begins installing one of the most important elements of comfort: wooden flooring. The ship originally had cold metal floors, uncomfortable and lifeless. But he wants warmth, beauty, and a home-like feeling. So he measures the space carefully, cuts wooden planks, and installs them across the floor. The sound of wood being placed is calming, and the smell of fresh timber fills the cabin. As the wooden floor spreads across the interior, the ship begins to feel like a real cabin instead of a metal box. The wood adds warmth, style, and comfort. It feels like a house now, not a shipwreck. Once the flooring is complete, he begins building the cabin layout. On one side of the interior, he decides to create a small kitchen. He designs it carefully, making sure it is practical but also beautiful. He installs cabinets for storage, a countertop for cooking, and shelves for utensils. He adds space for a small stove and a sink. He chooses materials that can survive the sea air and humidity. The kitchen becomes compact, clean, and modern. It is not large, but it is perfect for a simple life by the ocean. On the other side, he creates a bed area. He builds a cozy sleeping corner where he can rest after long days of work. He installs a strong bed frame and adds a soft mattress. He imagines falling asleep there while listening to the waves outside. He places the bed in a position where morning sunlight can reach it, making it feel peaceful and natural. Next, he builds a sitting area. He wants a space where he can relax, read a book, drink tea, or simply enjoy the sea view. So he installs a sofa, comfortable and stylish. But the man's work is not finished yet. He steps outside again, looking at the ship's exterior. The outside still looks ugly and damaged, and he knows that the ship must look beautiful from the outside too. He begins repairing the broken outer parts. He removes rust, fixes damaged panels, replaces broken railings, and strengthens the structure. Then comes the final transformation, painting the exterior. He chooses a color that makes the ship look fresh, proud, and stunning. As he applies the paint, the ship begins to shine. The rust disappears under the new coat. The broken, ugly look fades away, replaced by a clean and modern appearance. He feels proud. Not because it was easy, but because it was difficult. He didn't just repair metal and wood. He restored a forgotten dream. He brought life back to something abandoned. He turned a wreck into a home. The waves continue crashing, the wind continues blowing, and the ship now stands as a symbol of creativity and determination.